In this video, we are going over the Got It number 2 for lesson 6.4, solving systems of equations using substitution, part 2. Okay, make sure before you watch this video that you have tried the problem. So we have two equations in our system, x equals 2y minus 3, and then 3x minus 7y equals negative 14. The reason you use substitution is because we don't want to graph these equations. They're not in y equals mx plus b form. And we have this equation has an isolated variable x, which means you can plug in wherever you see an x, down here you can plug in 2y minus 3 because x equals 2y minus 3. So you want to recopy the second equation. All right, and then plug in, again, wherever you see an x, plug in 2y minus 3. That's the substitution part of it. So it's 3 times 2y minus 3 minus 7y equals negative 14. All right, here we're going to distribute 3 times 2y and 3 times a negative 3. So we have 3 times 2y is 6y, right? And then we have a minus 3 or a negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, or minus 9. And then copy the rest of the equation, minus 7y equals negative 14. All right, now we have these terms that are like, you should have combined 6y minus 7y to get a negative y, or negative 1y, minus 9 equals negative 14. Okay, then we're going to add 9 to both sides to get rid of it on the left side of the equation. And you're left with negative 1y equals, you should have gotten negative 14 plus 9 is negative 5. Divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of it. And you're left with y equals 5. All right, we figured out what y equals. It equals 5. But remember, when we solve the system, we need to find the value of all the variables, and there's x's and y's. So to figure out what x equals, you should have recopied the first equation now. And we know that x equals 2 times y minus 3. And we just found out that y equals 5. So it's x equals 2 times 5 minus 3. Right, we're plugging back in what we just figured out. We just figured out that y equals 5. So let's plug it in for y. All right, so x equals 2 times 5 minus 3, which means x equals 10 minus 3. Right, because 2 times 5 is 10. So x equals 7. Oops. So x equals 7. We just solved the system because we got the value of both variables, x equals 7 and y equals 5. So we can write it as an ordered pair, 7, 5.